Hello everyone, welcome back to another review and unboxing. Today I will be taking a look at these 5 new Inside Out 2 Funko Pops from the new Inside Out 2 movie, which is now in theaters. It's a really good movie. I would definitely recommend checking it out. So here we have the 5 new Funko Pops. These are the only ones that have been released so far. I'm really hoping that they do some more later in the year. I'm also very surprised that they only made 5 considering how popular the first movie is, how popular this one is, and the first one actually had a pretty big Funko line. This one's just these 5 so far. I'm hoping that they build in that. I think the fact that Envy is called Envy on Memory Ward is definitely an interesting choice, so possibly indicating that they will be doing some more. And I'd definitely love for the emotions in the first movie to come back for this line too, because the only one that they actually brought back for the Inside Out 2 line is Joy. And that is different from the one from the first movie. The rest of them, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust, they're not part of this Inside Out 2 Funko line for whatever reason. So part of this line we have anxiety, joy, envy on the memory orb, ennui, and embarrassment. So 4 of the 5 are new emotions, and I'm definitely really excited to take these out of the pack and take a look at them. I picked these up at the Funko store. Well, 3 of them, I think Envy, Joy, and Ennui I got at the Funko store for $12 each. Well, the Funko shop online, rather. And then Embarrassment and Anxiety I had pre-ordered on Amazon. But last time I checked, they're out of stock at Amazon. I don't know if they're back in stock at the time of recording this, but they weren't last time I checked. Because they're apparently quite popular, which is definitely good to see. And hopefully the fact that they've actually been selling out, even on pre-orders, is an indicator that maybe Funko should be making some more of other Inside Out 2 characters. So without further ado, let's take a look at the packages to start. So starting off with Anxiety, see the Funko Pop logo in the top left, the Inside Out 2 logo in the center, and 1447, which is written on a yellow memory orb, yellow indicating joy. I think it would have been cool if they had made the memory orbs for where the numbers are a different color for the emotion in the box, but it's fine the way it is. And there's purple in the background. Purple has been a common color in the marketing for both of the Inside Out movies. You can see a stock photo of Anxiety right here. Anxiety vinyl figure. You can see other memory orbs in green, orange, and blue. It does look like I'm seeing a potential chip, which is not good. I got it online, so I couldn't pick it out myself, so if I'd seen them in person, there are multiple issues where I would not have gotten this one because of the potential chip I'm already seeing, but it's fine and probably out of stock right now anyway. It's not like I'd be able to get a replacement, just a refund. But now that I say that, maybe I should contact them. Although it actually arrived a couple of weeks ago, I just haven't gotten around to reviewing them because I wanted to wait for the ones from Amazon to arrive, and then even then, I was just busy and wasn't able to do a review for a week, so this one's probably too late to ask for a refund or replacement. Anyway, in the back you could see nice photo of headquarters with memory orbs, different colors. You have blue for sadness, green disgust, red for anger, orange for anxiety, and forgot to mention these. Again, sadness, anxiety, and disgust are in the front for the memory orb colors. You can see Anxiety here is 1447, Pop logo, stock photo. It's cut off like to the left to where her torso is. You can see the other Inside Out 2 Funkos, which all these I'm reviewing. And so it's Anxiety, Ennui, Envy on Memory Orb, Embarrassment, and Joy. Advertisement for the Funko app. On this side, you have the Pop logo, Anxiety stock photo, her name, and number 1447. This time it's an orange memory orb. And you can see other memory orbs in the background. To blue for sadness, yellow for joy, red for anger, and green for disgust. This side you have Pop logo, Anxiety's name again, and 1447, the stock photo cut off at the eyes. Taking a look at the bottom here, you scan the barcodes, you'll register in the Funko app, so you could add it to your collection to track. On the top of the box, you have the Pixar logo in the top left, popcorn in the top right, Funko logo in the bottom right, and stock code Anxiety cut off at the eyes. So taking a look at the others, they're more or less just going to be the same, just stock photo for each one. Embarrassment's actually pretty heavy, actually. Embarrassment's number 1450. Again, it's on orange orbs. I guess they're all orange for the side one. Ennui. Yeah, this one's orange shapes. I guess they're all orange on the side, but then yellow on the front. Joy, who has the Inside Out 2 logo, but Joy could pass as being from either movie because she looks the same in both movies. Well, except for the scene in which she's in her pajamas in the second one, but they haven't made a Funko of that one. And here's Envy on the memory orb. I feel like the fact they specified on the memory orb means they're making more later in the year. At least I'd hope. Otherwise, it's kind of weird. And although obviously the only reason why she's even on a memory orb is because she's so small that they had to do something to make her taller to justify the same price point as the others. So without further ado, let's get into this. And honestly, when you think about it, I'm really surprised they didn't have any SDCC exclusives, or I have not heard anything about D23 exclusive yet. It's just honestly kind of surprising, considering how big this movie is and how popular the first one was too. Joy here does not seem to want to stand on her own, so good thing they gave her. So good thing they included the plastic stand. You could just there's this part that points out in here, just popping into this hole on her left foot, and that will allow her to stand. And these boxes are pretty easy to open. There's not even tape or anything. Just open it up from the top and easily comes out. It's in a piece of plastic. You can take the plastic out. So Envy's memory orb is able to stand on its own because they made the bottom part of the memory orb flat. So if it's accurate to the movie, it would be a sphere, except then it never able to stand. So, well, I guess they could have just put one of these plastic stands on the bottom of a flat memory orb, and that would work fine too. But it's fine the way it is. Anxiety here is able to stand on her own, but she comes with a stand anyway. But she doesn't seem to have any issue standing on her own, though. Again, there's a hole in her left foot that you just pop this into. And I have a complete mess of Funko boxes around here because I just did the review, my unboxing of the Up 15th Anniversary Funkos literally right before I'm doing this one. I did not clean up the boxes, so. And Ennui is also able to stand on her own. It has the whole. Again, like it seems like all these except for Joy, it seems like they're able to stand on their own, but are still getting the plastic stands anyway. Whereas the Up Funkos that I just reviewed, and I'll put a link to that in the description and cards just in pop up. They were all able to stand on their own and did not come with plastic stands, and these ones can stand on their own easily, well, except for Joy, and came with them. Anxiety, I keep calling it Anxiety. Embarrassment is actually quite heavy, actually. This one's got to be at least a pound on its own. I mean, I didn't put it on a scale or anything, but it just feels like it has to be at least about. It's like double the weight of any of the others. And Anxiety, why do I keep calling him? Embarrassment does not have a stand either. He's able to stand up on his own. So it's just Joy, Anxiety, and Ennui who come with stands. So now let's get into the review now. I'm going to start off with Joy. So taking a look at Joy here, she definitely looks really nice. I do really like her expression. They did give her a mouth. Joy is one I know where Funko traditionally does not often include mouths, but I feel like with emotions you have to, because when you're talking about emotions, how someone's facial expression is such an important part of knowing what they're feeling. And so if there's one thing they can't not include mouths on, that was emotions. So I'm glad that they are including mouths, even though I'm normally fine with Funko not. And this is definitely a nice expression. It is definitely fitting for someone who's happy, although in the movie, Joy isn't always happy. There's a scene where she's angry, there's a scene where she's sad, and in the first movie, there's also a scene where she got sad. So maybe it would be cool if they actually made something like a sad Joy later on, or an angry Joy as a Funko. That would be interesting, I think. And her hair is definitely really, really textured. Just like with the Up Funkos I was talking about in the previous review, you could definitely really they did so good with all the details on the hair. It's like pointing out over here, and you could really feel all the different texture and all the different grooves and ridges on it to really give it so much detail and depth. It's amazing how much detail they put into these sculpts with things like hair. Although the rest of Joy's head is just flat, and interestingly, her head is not able to turn at all. Usually they're able to turn 360 degrees, and this one is actually not able to. Although I will note that their head is just a regular plastic. The rest of her body, it kind of feels like a softer rubber, which is probably why it's not able to turn, which is interesting. There are some nice details on her dress. You can see the different stars, but they're made in blue. This yellow that is a different yellow than her skin. It has more like a lime greenish tint. It's still very much yellow, but it's slightly greener than the rest of her. Body. Her eyes are just black. You could see that she only has one eyebrow because the other eyebrow is covered by her hair. And that's probably why Joy isn't able to stand around, because it's the soft rubber. The others are probably plastic, I'm guessing. Sticking her off at the base for a second, or the sand rather, this is what the bottom of her feet looks like. There's the hole there, and there is some text that is very difficult to read, like copyright Disney Pixar. So there was the Joy Funko that came out with the first movie in 2015. I actually don't have that, and I know this is a trend in like every Funko review I do, that there's something I need to compare it to, and I don't have it. So again, I'll put a stock photo up from the internet, and we'll use that for the comparison. So comparing Joy to the stock photo, I'm looking on my iPad. I'm going to use the stock photo for the video that I put on YouTube, but this Joy's expression is quite a bit different than the original Joy from the first movie. So the first movie Joy, her mouth was actually just a red line over here. And this one, they actually did the mouth with showing the teeth and the black space in the mouth. And I feel like this expression is so much better. The original one is nice too, but this one I feel like it's a bit better because the mouth, it shouldn't just be a red line, I feel like. So this one, it just looks more realistic. I think it better conveys what Joy is as an emotion. The hair on the older Joy looks similar but different. So like this hair over here, it's a similar shape, but it goes out in a different angle. The hair that's pointed out back here, it looks like in the stock photo that it doesn't go as high, but again, I could be totally wrong because I don't have it in person. I'm just going off of a stock photo. And then like her hair over here, it looks like it's angled differently as well. So it is nice to see that they changed up the hair. Like in the Up review that I was just doing before, it's like they made a Russell a couple of years ago and literally just copy pasted his head for a new one, and it's nice, but it's kind of too similar. And this one, at least based on the stock photos, it's different. And her dress, it does look like in the stock photos that they interestingly changed the locations of the stars, and it's like it looks like they somehow got it completely reversed in the stock photo of the one for the first movie. So it's like, and this one they just completely reverse where everything is. Like this one on the stock photo for the one from the first movie is actually on right here, and like this one is right here, and so on. It's interesting. Not sure compared to the movie which one would be accurate. Actually, I have a Joy action figure from Mattel right here. So let's compare to that to see if they're the same. So this is a 7-inch scale Joy action figure from Mattel that they made a couple of years ago. Just comparing the dresses here. So looking at this, it's like, does Disney and Pixar have any uniformity in what they send the companies to make their merchandise, like how Joy's dress is? Because these are slightly different. Like, these are quite a bit different looking at, like, up on the top half, these three are the same as they are in the Joy Funko, but then down here, it's like, it has, like, the general shape, but then there's, like, an extra one over here, it looks like, possibly. Like, on this one, from a front profile on the Funko, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one, it looks like on the Funko it's over here, but on the action figure it's over here. And then on the back of them, comparing that, the Funko one has one on the side that is not here in the action figure. And then they have the two in the general same pattern over here, but different sizes and locations. And then this one, the Mattel one, it looks like there's a couple of extra ones. And again, they don't have on the side, but the Funko one has two on the side. So that is definitely pretty interesting. It looks like, I guess Disney and Pixar, they sense their merchandise companies the general pattern, but then they left it up to interpretation of the exact locations and the number of the stars. So you get differences like a Funko that's where they reverse it from where it's like a mirror of the two different movie Funkos, and then a Mattel action figure that has some similarities but has many differences. And that's the type of stuff where you need uniformity, I think. But I feel like that's maybe not a Funko issue, but an issue with how Disney and Pixar work with their companies that make their merchandise. And that maybe Funko got it wrong in the 2015 one and they corrected with the Inside Out 2 one, perhaps. And then another difference I could tell from the stock photo is that the arms are in a different expression. This one, they're kind of bent in, and the other one, they're more taken out. So I feel like the one from the first movie is more of like a star pose, because I know Joy in the movie, her shape is inspired by a star, and she's supposed to be very happy. Whereas this one, it does look like she's a little bit more of like an in control pose or a relaxed pose, kind of either one of those. Whereas the other one from the first movie is much more excited pose. So then for the next four emotions, we will not have any comparisons for those because they are new for the second movie and there's only one of each. They didn't make any variants. So I'm going to start off with anxiety. Starting off with anxiety here, her head is also not able to move 360 degrees. She definitely has a really nice expression. This is it's definitely a nice pose. Although I will say that one thing I wish that they had done was that one of my favorite of the promotional renders is where she's like has her hand on her mouth, and that kind of would be a good pose for them to done. Instead, they did this really interesting pose where her hands are twisted into each other, so it kind of looks like, I was first thinking, does she have a missing hand or something? But no, it's that they're actually twisted into each other. Just interesting pose. And it does look pretty good, actually. But at the same time, it's so weird. But it kind of does fit Anxiety's personality, I feel like. So it's definitely a very creative choice on Funko's part. I can't think of... I can't even think of any renders that Pixar made where they had that. No other Inside Out 2 merchandise where they did that. So, I mean, I could be wrong, but that's such a creative choice from Funko's part, and I do really like it, even though it does look weird at first. And I do really like how she is biting her mouth. Definitely a very anxious thing. The kind of explosion of hair up in the top looks very neat as well. There's all these different strands. They are very thick each. You can't move each one. There's many more in the movie, but I completely get the more limited number on the toy or the Funko rather, and they are pretty thick, but it is a nice design as well. It definitely does give that explosive or chaotic vibe. How they're going in all different directions, and they're all different from each other. You know, many of them are different shapes. Like this one's more curved, some are more straight, curved in different ways. It's definitely very neat. Unfortunately, it does look like I have a couple of chips in this somehow. It's over here, it looks like. Maybe it's not coming through in the camera, but there's some gray spots on it, which is not good. It's not super noticeable from distance, but definitely is up close and definitely detracts from it. But it is a nice orange. The hair is a brighter orange than the mouth part. There is some nice detailing on the pants. You could feel different grooves for the areas of the pants. The shoes have nice different color variations as well. There's nice detailing on her belt. You could feel the different parts of the belt. It's definitely really a nice Funko. Definitely a nice design. Overall, this is definitely a really, really nice design. I do really like Anxiety, and I love her character design in the movie as well as her personality. It was such a good movie. Anxiety was like among the best parts of it. It's just a really good movie. I do like the first one a little more, but they're very, very close. I'm really glad to see how well it does in the box office, even if that only causes more questions about Pixar's future, for better or worse. And then there is that rumor, and then there also is the Dream Productions Disney Plus series. I was about to say rumor, but then I know that I forgot for a second that Pete Docter has confirmed it, and we are getting more details of it at the D23 pretty soon. So next up here we have Ennui. Ennui definitely looks really nice as well. I love her personality. This is like straight from the promotional renders of how she is. Just the complete embodiment of boredom. And I really do like that. I love her expression. Her expression really giving out the bored vibes with the eyelids being half over the eye. Usually with the Funkos, they have like the eyelids being just completely black. So I love how, in order to really get the boredom vibes, they painted approximately half of the eyelids, slightly less than half in the purple. The color is more of like a grayish purple for the skin, and the rest of it is like dark bluish purple. There is some nice grooves on the hair as well, which is nice. Funko's great with that. It's not nearly as many as on Joy, but it's definitely really nice. There is some nice detailing around the bottom of the sweater and around the neck area where you can feel different grooves for the areas at the end of the sweater. There's some nice detailing here on the legs, where the socks meet. Nice different colors in the socks. They're not just one color. And in Ennui also, she does not turn her head at all. So it seems like none of the Inside Out 2 Funkos are actually able to turn their heads, which is interesting because Funkos almost always can. So moving on next, I'm going to do Envy. Here we have Envy. Envy is she stands well when you have her flat on the base of the orb, but until you can get on there, it definitely rolls around a lot. I mean, it is a sphere after all. And I really do like the details on this. So the orb here, it's just a solid light blue. There is this line that goes through the bottom. Not sure what that is. Probably like a separate piece or something. It doesn't look great. It's like reminds me of the mouth place on the Pixar cars, I guess, when Mattel used to do that. You can't really tell from a distance from where it is, but up close it doesn't look good. Envy is another one where the attention to detail on the hair is just amazing. Really glad to see that. You feel all the different grooves and ridges. Nice detailing on her face with the pink areas in the cheek for blush, and you have freckles, a nice mouth expression, eyes, eyebrows. I do like the different shades of like blue and teal that they used for her. There is some nice detailing on her shirt with the yellow dots and a purplish and a light purple shirt, lavender. Nice detailing with the fingers over here. The shoes are a solid black color. Not much detailing really on the shoes, but you can see a little bit of dark purple, probably for socks there. Nice detailing with the hair clips over here. I do really like the Envy, all these Funkos. And last but not least, we have Embarrassment. Oh, before I forget to check, let's see if her head moves. It does not. Anyway, moving back to Embarrassment, so last but not least, again, his head cannot move either. I'm honestly very surprised that not a single one of these has a head that can move. I don't know, last time I saw a whole collection, not a single one has a head that can move. Regrets I only collect Pixar ones. So Embarrassment is definitely really nice. There's nice different shades of pink on his head, so like some areas are brighter than others, like around the cheeks and the top of the nose. He's a little bit of hair poking out. The sweater is overall pretty flat, not much texturing on it, except for at the wrist area and the elbow area. Those areas is more texturing on them, and the very bottom with the pockets. Overall, the sweater is very flat. I do kind of wish, this entire review and also the upper review, I was raving about the hair and all these. And Embarrassment, I think, is a disappointment in that regard, because I do wish that they would have put more ridges on the on his sweater, because a sweater, when you wear a sweatshirt, it's not perfectly flat. It has folds or creases in it. So I do wish that they had done with, since I had just reviewed them, those aviator hats from the Up. So taking a look at these aviator hats again, they did an Up review. They did a phenomenal job on these, really molding in these different folds and creases on these. It looks so good. I really wish that they had done that on the sweatshirt rather, with Embarrassment. That would have made it so much better. Granted, Embarrassment does look great as well from the front. It's more the back I have a problem with, because the back and the top is just so flat. But there was a lot of detailing in the front with the drawstrings up at the top, the pocket in the bottom, and the ridges and grooves around the edge of the sweater at the waistline and the elbow line, or the wrist line, and in the minor fold where the or a couple of folds rather, where the elbow is. Again, the back is just, I feel like it's way too flat. Although Embarrassment, like I said at the beginning, he is very heavy. Taking a look at his pants, he has a couple of butt pockets. He has some crease. He has a crease along the side. It's probably where a seam is, actually, not a crease. Again, I do feel like the pants, I have the same complaint that I have with the sweatshirts. I feel like it's just a little bit too flat. And I kind of feel like I feel like Embarrassment should definitely have, not just because sweatshirts and pants are never perfectly flat, but if you have a clothing that's excessively wrinkled, I feel like that's embarrassing. So, like, kind of, why would you not have that? This has a big dates. This has some sort of big stamp down here. No idea what that even means. And Embarrassment is actually the only one of the bunch who does not have a mouth, actually. Just like Joy, he actually only has one eyebrow because his hair covers the other one. Although for Embarrassment, that's his left eyebrow. For Joy, it's the right eyebrow that's visible. And I do like the expression that Embarrassment has, even though he doesn't have the face, but you can really tell how he's feeling, how his arms are posed, and how his and how the pink variations on his face are. You could tell how he is feeling, what that expression is, even though he doesn't actually have a mouth and his eyes are just pure black. But again, I mean, the sweatshirt and pants are just way too flat, especially when you look at this aviator hat here. I was really praising that in that Up review. But so, because I feel like just because of the lack of detail in the back of Embarrassment, that's going to make him by far my least favorite of this Inside Out bunch. But I mean, the rest are just so good. I'm probably Sid and Anxiety is my favorite because of, not just because I love the character, but her pose is such a creative idea, having the arms twisted together like that. And that detail for her explosive hair. A great expression choice. And they all do. And Ennui is a great expression too. The amount of detail on Joy's hair is incredible as well. Envy too. I mean, this is overall just a great collection. So let me know in the comment section below which one of this bunch is your favorite, if you'll be picking any of these up or you already have. What other Inside Out Funkos you'd like to see from either of the movies, if you're hoping they'll do some more later in the year. And see you soon for another video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye now.